Oh, baby, we're back here with the quarterfinal of the Pinnacle Fall Series, the last quarterfinal to see who the final team to shift into the semis tomorrow will be, going up against Virtus Pro. The winner here certainly has their work cut out for them, but neither of these teams will have their eyes on that prize just yet. They will be firmly fixated on one another. Anthran, we've been firmly fixated on the series so far. We started off this campaign on Mirage, picked by Faze. They won that 16-9. Then we went into Nuke Dignitas' map. They were able to get across the line there 16-13, which means we now find ourselves on Overpass. And everything to play for here for both of these teams.
Yeah, man, this is end of the line for one of these boys. And you know what? Even if I just noticed, even if Dignitas don't come out on top here,
yeah,
I mean, we have seen in so many of these events where, I mean, I don't even think they've made the playoffs of a couple of these HSH cups, right? Am I crazy to say that? I mean,
yeah, I think you are.
They have. They've been very quiet, but now, I mean, they're taking maps off Faze Clan. They're putting up fights against them. I mean, this is, in all due respect for Dignitas, a very good outcome, win or lose here. So, I don't think. I mean, sure, obviously you're playing for the win here, but I don't think you can be upset with a loss, quite frankly.
I mean, it's all about how much they contest the third map. I feel like they want to do themselves justice here, and they will have that win in their sights. But I agree, like, they will be, yeah, they'll be pretty happy with the job that they've done so far, but they really want the win to come their way right now. Rain, well, he's got numbers coming his way here towards bathrooms. Gets a kill, and he's going to be fading back here. The question is, can he stay alive? Hasn't been able to get all the way back to the safety of the site, but it's actually really good that he maintains his forward position, because he's getting so much information right now for his team. Olaf is pushed through the short pipe. He'll find Freiburg as well, and that's just leaving Dignitas with no option but to charge headfirst in towards the C-bomb site. Oh,
yeah, no, they're just gonna fall left and right and center. There's just nothing they can do, man. Even Brokey's surfing to find the last kill. Faze Clan, they style on him to find the opener on Overpass.
Wow, what a way for them to begin proceedings here. Really clean pistol round coming through from the Faze lads. Clean shots being connected there. Their CT side, as I've said a number of times, is where they find majority of their success. We know that how strong the CT side of Overpass can be as well when you have things in your favor, Antran. Both of these teams, well, let's be real, right? We kind of ended up with a situation where on Mirage, it's not really like a map that Dignitas is too comfortable on. Nuke is a map that, as you mentioned, like Faze have had some sketchy results, in particular on the T side in recently. So I feel like Dignitas is like the first map where both teams, you could say, are comfortable.
You could say that, or you could say that both teams suck on Overpass. Both of them have the worst win rate on this map. That's why it's going to be a derby. It's going to be an absolute shit show, and I think it'll be fun.
I mean, as long as it's balanced, that's what I'm getting at. Maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't say at least we have a map where both teams are comfortable. At least we have a map that's going to be balanced in this matchup here between these two teams. I'll put it that way rather. Yeah,
where it's like you can't say Dignitas they're gonna win this, or you know, Faze are gonna sweep this. Both of them just both kind of suck on it. So
it shouldn't be a blowout. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's it going to be? Dignitas, they've got the deco here. Well, it's actually not even a deco. It's a full force. There's Eagles across the board. They're going to be trying to work in towards a safe bomb site. Makes sense. Try and take the fights at range. They've got a smoke and a flash at their disposal as well. But time is starting to wane. And the numbers on the defense is waxing for Faze. They've got 3 players here now as well. So increasing the numbers here to try and lock down this defense. And they're committed. Rightfully so as well. The hit's going to be coming through here from Dignitas, but they should just get cleaned up.
Yeah, there's 3 people here to defend for the boys over at Faze Clan. It's a pretty decent crossfire as well. Brokey's been baited in for it long, so he's going to find the opener for the side of Faze Clan. They are sprinting up the bathrooms. It's going to be an absolute swamp from Rain. 3 of them instantaneously found as Freiburg can only find 1 back. Faze Clan speed forward to a second.
Oh my god, that flashbang from Brokey literally blinds everybody in the world except for Rain, and he swings out and takes all the frags. Perfect sequence coming through there from Rain to convert that round. Not even a single kill, right? Or they got 1 frag there, 1 frag. So it's nice and clean for Faze, keeping numbers alive in that situation. Now it's going to be an anti-eco. Took a Rain out the back of that flashbang. Slings out. All right, doesn't actually completely blind the Dignitas players. I saw that Brokey got the assists, but he finds the kills regardless.
Dignitas, I like that. I like that they're not going to continue forcing up. Even though I just realized that the last one was a force blast, I'm just going to redact that statement. But Faze Clan are doing really well so far to just keep the damage control to an absolute minimum. Dignitas haven't been able to find anything in this game, right? I believe they get 1 kill. so far. Like, and that was on the last round. That was it. That was it.
Is that? Wow. Actually, you're right. As far as I can remember. And it doesn't look like they're going to be getting any frags here either. So, I mean, this has just been a best case scenario start here for Faze. They almost, I mean, they weren't convincing on Nuke, were they? Like, they've looked
No.
really good on Mirage. And yes, it's early here on Overpass, but they're looking really solid as well. You can see that Nuke is just like a weakness of theirs kind of thing. We'll see like how that progresses in the months to come, but they're already just looking a lot more comfortable here on Overpass than what they did on the previous map, in my opinion.
And you know, Freiburg, while he thinks he's found an open B bomb site, it couldn't be further from the truth. Everybody's waiting for him to walk up to the site itself, and yeah, that storyline is going to continue of one kill. Freiburg, the only man with a kill in this game for Dignitas.
Wow. I mean, 3 rounds in. Obviously, we expect that to change now heading into the gun round. So let's see if that is going to be the case and whether Dignitas can start to find some momentum, or our Faze is going to continue to dominate on the CT side. We've got the open play here for Holzerk, and he's generally always has an impact on the T side when he's got the AWP. He's one of those AWPers who loves to get in the mix. He loves to get aggressive. He loves to get in the faces of his opponents. He'll take the AWP down lows. He'll take the fight early in the round, get towards playground. Doesn't mind getting aggressive towards long. So always a handful for the CT side. Oh, look at the aggression here from Rain. Should get caught off guard on the angle. Yeah, Forrest. That's how easy kill coming through from him. Very aggressive hold from Faze right now. You got Carrigan aggressing towards long. You've also got Brokey, who's still committed towards party. This is make or break for Faze.
Yeah. Oh, so is that kill, man. That was their way right back into it before us. He's all the wiser for the push and finds himself a second. Faze clan, well, aggression isn't going to pan out very well for him. Dignitas, they continue to take it slow, though. I really like that. They're not saying, okay, well, we found 2 kills on A. Let's just go charging in. In fact, they're going to slow it down and hit towards B. I don't know if I like this too much because they're going to be walking into what is technically a stack for Faze clan. I mean, people don't call it that good of a stack, but Olaf Meister, Twist, these guys can be an absolute 2-man pain train depending on how they go about taking Monster, and they've still got a smoke to cycle on this, so they might honestly just have to go straight through it, and Kerrigan finding that kill is so massive. It might actually just reinforce this thought that it's a stack towards A. We need to hit B. We've got to put this push at this side of the map, and 40 seconds to go. Dignitas, the time is running low. Got to make their move here soon. Flashes go in and they come up, but they're going to be both peeking. Monster kill comes in, and Olaf Meister finds 2. Exactly what they needed to go back into it. Can he find the frag? He can. 26 seconds, and Kerrigan now has to come in on the rotation. They know where he's coming from, but they're going to be able to shut him down in time.
Problem is the Carrigan's only got 15 points of health here to work with. Lekro's going to commit to the bomb plant. Ancient Grenade will come through, but it's not going to be able to find a kill. Oof. Yes, it does a huge amount of damage, but Lekro can still maintain his position. Double flash comes through from Carrigan. He spots the player deep. He knows that Lekro's on the site as well. Trying to catch him. Yeah, Lekro actually will offer the fight up. Carrigan playing this to perfection right now. Heap is down low. Carrigan can win this, getting very aggressive right now. He's actually going to stick the defuse. Heap, surely he ends up stepping out here. Yeah, clears the angles, will get the kill. Oh, Carrigan goes for the big brain play. You know what they say, pros don't fake, and that was absolutely the case there. Dignitas are on the board.
Oh, it's good that he's able to convert that round, right? But that is so costly for them. They can't reinvest that AWP. Be it didn't have that much of an impact in the last round. It's not something you want to go without, right? Since Faze have such that buffer coming into this round, they have a better buy now. Brokey's got his one-shot weapon. Everybody's got M4s. Twist isn't stuck down to an MP9. They've got more util to come into it as well. So it's still just going to be an uphill battle for Dignitas, but it's good to finally break past that barrier of not on the board.
100%. Looking a lot more convincing in the frag department. He picks up 3, not going to have any impact here in this round. Rain getting aggressive towards lowers. He doesn't have an option but to continue to take the fights here. Oh my god, he doesn't just take the fights. Takes the names as well. At least the trade comes through, but, Rain was always going to die in that situation. So the fact that he gets 2 before he goes down is golden. And now
Dignitas. I really like the there too. Because he just he knows he's going to be falling, so he just instantly goes back into the swing.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, he saw when he peeks out towards the top side that there was util, and he probably thought there's no chance I get back to bathrooms. Have to take the fight. And like a captain going down with the ship, he valiantly finds 2 kills, right? So, yeah, good effort.
Now Dignitas are once again left scratching their heads. What went wrong, guys? Where did this buy go instantly in the favor of Faze? It looked like it was in connector as they finally retrieved the bomb, but they don't even have 2 AKs to contest into this one, right? Lekro finally upgrading to a one-shot headshot rifle, but they've still got 4 Faze members to go through, and one of them is Brokey. That is not something I want to be on the receiving end of, especially when he's assisted by Twist. but they're going to be heading back up towards A with the bomb on their backs. A little bit of util to try and take out of the site itself, but meantime, starting to tick low, and FaZe Clan, even though they don't have a lot of util, it's going to be them potentially winning these uncomfortable aim duels, because the longer Dignitas takes, the more comfortable FaZe get is stopping up from Olaf Meister. I don't even think they're going to expect this.
Oh man, absolutely. He finds the kill for free, and Holzerk, who tries to respond to Olaf Meister's position, ends up being taken down by Carrigan, who swings off of the bomb site. 4-1 FaZe get themselves back in control here. They lost the round before that, but they pick up the 5th, and you can see that Pinnacle, well, the betting odds reflect the fact that FaZe have gotten off to a favorable start here in this final map, in the decider here in the Pinnacle Fall Series quarterfinal between these two teams. Of course, FaZe, they were directly invited into the stage, while Dignitas have had to fight to the stage. But it's FaZe who are in a more comfortable position right now. We could see the pace being turned up here by Dignitas, though.
Hey, there's only one thing I don't like about watching overpass games.
Yeah, I know you hate it when teams don't get aggressive B. It's one of your pet hates, especially through smokes. Yeah. Right now, it's the HE grenade. Oh my god. Double kill for Olaf Meister, double kill for Carrigan, albeit one with the molly, one with the AK, still achieves the same result. And it's only Forrest left remaining, and he's eventually going to catch a bullet here, and that'll be the end of his round as well. Oh, it's going to be Rain to take him down 5-1. FaZe have no issue. They barely even had to set up the defense, man. They didn't even see the players that they ended up killing.
Who'd have thunk it? Running out monster, preparing for it. Doesn't work. Who the hell would have thunk it?
Yeah, not ideal, but I mean, listen, you need to try it at least once in the half, to be fair.
Well, like, if you're waiting out the smoke, that's fine, but I don't know. I'm 100% sure they were gearing up for a push, because you don't wait for the smoke by sitting behind the smoke, open to a spam.
That's true. I think they were just waiting to exec, like, at that moment. It was just unfortunate, like, timing and series of events, but I agree with you, not ideal. Let's see what Dignitas can make happen here in this next gun round. You've got the open play for Holzerk. Keep your eyes trained on him. You got the flashes. We've got a bit of util. Not like it's a massive amount though for Dignitas, so they're gonna have to expend it carefully.
Oh wow, the Freiburg, well, the molly that goes on to Freiburg is actually gonna give a little bit of audio over Rain. Is he gonna spam this? It looked like for a second he was considering it, but no.
Emphasis on Fry, right?
Yeah. Okay, buddy. You ruined it. You ruined my train of thought.
Oh, I mean, I wanted to get that one in there so badly. I was willing to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
huh? Carrigan. And he gets the kill in the round to start things off, but Holzerk will find Rain really narrow angle being held there by the Norwegian AWP, but he does find the kill back, leveling it into the 4v4. However, FaZe still have 3 players on the speed bomb side, so I mean it hasn't abrupted their setup at all. Missed shot though, info there. Forrest like, yeah, nah, I don't know if we want to be making this play here right now, or is he just going to be setting up the util? Still options available.
Not again.
Oh, and on the flash in the smoke. Olaf's looking for one. No, also gets down though. He finds the second player. Twist gets taken down as well. Brokey, the responder, he's going to be missing a shot. Slight movement there as he rattles it off, and that means Heap's able to keep his life intact. And Carrigan in the 1v3 looks like he wants to consider going for this. I think that the calls come through that one is low, but it doesn't even matter. Holzerk finishes with 4 in the round, Anthran. That's his first 4 kills of the map, by the way.
Secret agent again!
2-in-1 series, man.
Funny enough, Twist has also not got a kill yet.
Yeah, but he's also only died twice in 7 rounds.
That's
funny. He doesn't have a kill or an assist, and he's only died twice. I mean, he hasn't had to do too much in this game yet here on Overpass, has he?
Imagine if we saw like a 16-0, and Dignitas just like a Twist just ends like a 0-0 in like 4, or like a 0-0 score. I think that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, probably never happened in the history of professional Counter-Strike, but who knows? Who knows? There's a first for everything. Lecro? Well, he finds his first frag.
That was a bit of a weird interaction going on in water, and it looks like we're going to see another weird interaction here in Connector.
Oh my god.
As Brokey gets timing hard, goes back in for the peek, and he actually going to kill him, but the leg shot connects. That's unfortunate, man. That's a tilter. As it looks like they're going to go ready to pounce into the B bomb site. Rain this time about to be tested.
Oh, dude, you're so good at the game, man.
But is it going to help them out? 'Cause it
It's
looks
so
like they're just going to hard clear
clean.
this.
I mean, still, it just looks so good. And they go hard clear,
Oh!
and Rain is going to double down. He absolutely capitalizes on this movement. He even finds the third onto Holzerk as well. The position is just so huge because they clear the cubby, but they don't see him because he's elevated. Oh my god, Rain, you're better than everybody. Dude. That was so sick. That was so
I'm telling
sick.
you, dude. Like, Rain is as cracked as he is jacked. Like,
Easy.
It's-
Look at this. Freiburg kind of hears it, half hears it. And he ends up jumping, the panic jump. So he can't actually get the trade. Rain even finds a third. It's a disaster.
I expected that one to just go instantly the wayside of Faze Clan, but I mean, or Dignitas, but I guess not. 3v5, too powerful to overcome. And this one's gonna be too powerful to overcome, it seems, as well, because Freiburg already has almost been caught up by Twist's sake. Hey, he finally found himself the scoreboard. It's a nice little development there for Faze, and they're not even able to get okay, Dignitas aren't able to get any map control. Right? They go all the way up through short. They find nothing, and then Kerrigan's like, you know what, I'll bring the fight to you. Now they're going to double back towards the A side of things. Brokey currently here to contest alongside Rain. The AWP and the M4, again, it's just such a deadly combo. I feel like I could say that for pretty much everybody on Faze, though, and this might just be like a lamb to the slaughter kind of situation. Smoke goes into front bathrooms, and Forrest comes out swinging with the Deagle, and it's just going to be an absolute farm from the AWPer, picking up 3. Brokey says, absolutely not! You shall not pass! 7-2.
Wow, he's just done that so many times in the series already for FaZe, locking down the defense on a bomb site with that AWP, connecting on shot after shot. He did it a number of times on Nuke, and he's done it here on the A sides of Overpass as well. And it's a 7th round for FaZe. Yeah, Dignitas, of course, going to have enough cash to go up in the buy here, but this is where things start to get precarious. Not like they should be panicking, but starts to get precarious. And this is just such a strength of Brokey's where he can just hit these shots all day long, man. Oh, God, it was just such a clean sequence. 4 shots fired, 4 frags found, and it's FaZe time to go up 7-2.
That's what I'm saying, man. You don't want to let this guy establish himself with the AWP, and this is just why. He's already picked up one alongside Rain. Shut it down, man. Your buy is already down to a 3 versus 5 as FaZe keep the momentum rolling in from the last round, man. Like, why is Brokey just a one-man goddamn army?
I mean, he was amazing on Nuke as well. I think he top frag for FaZe. So yeah, he's just been in lights out form in this entire series so far. The player from Latvia just, yeah, man, he continues to impress everybody in the international scene. And we're going to be seeing a kill here for Twist onto Lekro. Nice molly comes through, forces Lekro out of position. And Dignitas' woes continue here, man.
I mean, like, you look at what it's like, the outlook around right now, 5v2, you're like, oh, it was probably like an eco. Nah, it was just a full buy that FaZe said absolutely not to. Freiburg, he's just going to throw all caution to it, sprint through the monster smoke, and find one. Twist, completely blind, will find the trade, but, I mean, FaZe, they've guaranteed 1.5 now, and 3 more rounds, now you're looking at a really shaky spot for Dignitas to be in, but if they can maybe start to battle this one back, you know, give up this round, then actually start to contest for this half, we could see a different storyline. I mean, when they got a decent half, right, when they got a decent scoreline to go into the favoring side, right, on Nuke, then they started to close it out pretty quickly. They were able to get to these very strong starts, and that's something that I've noticed throughout this whole series, right? Where on Mirage, they started off 4-1, on Nuke, they started off 5-0.
Yeah.
I mean, these were their CT-sided starts, so maybe that's just the story of Dig.
It's true. I mean, if they could just, you know, wake up and pitch up a little bit earlier, they'd be making their lives a lot easier. But it's not the case here in the Decider. And this is when it matters the most. All their work in the Pinnacle Fall series rests on the outcome here of this map. Lose this and your run comes to an end. Win it, and you end up getting that date against Virtus Pro tomorrow in the semi-final. Everything to play for. It's going to be an eco here for Dignitas, so this should be FaZe time going up 9-2. They have just looked so goddamn convincing here on the CT side of Overpass. I just think the CT side of Overpass, it's just such a strength for FaZe if you think about it, because it really plays into their strengths, man, of their individuals. Players who like to get aggressive, they like to make plays, like to try and, you know, unrattle the opposition. Look at Rain right now. We've seen him in lowers throughout the half. You see him making a play all the way through long here right now, getting so much information for his team. You've got players like Carrigan who like to get aggressive. It's such a strength in terms of their individual strengths. And right now, well, the strength has to come on towards the onside. Brokey's going to be able to find 3. Twist gets a kill as well, but a lot of damage has been dealt here by Dignitas. AK saved by Heap. He's got armor as well, but there's just no way that he expects Rain on the back. Easy kill in the end for the Norwegian. Means it's going to be a 9-2 scoreline.
Able to recover the op, but as you said, I mean, still so much damage dealt there by Dig on the eco. That's huge for them. This is going to set them up for potentially future success. I mean, how dominant these rounds have been and how many they have. There's still going to be a couple of buys you got to go through to get to that point, but it'll help you out in the long run being able to find those frags. You can see how limited their money is already starting to look after all the money they had coming into this, right? Olaf, he has 600 bucks. Kind of sells why getting these kills on the ecos can just be so important for a strong man.
Absolutely. It's probably something that gets overlooked every now and again by players who make some questionable plays in the anti-eco rounds that cost them their life, and you keep 3 players instead of 4 or 5 players alive in a round, and yeah, it comes back to haunt you in the long run. But Dignitas, they need to start to come to life on their T side. They have kicked off this all-important gun round there with a nice start taking Carrigan down. So that's going to be creating a lot of space. Carrigan getting aggressive in towards the base does go down, and that means that Dignitas, as I say, they've got some room to work with now, which hasn't something they've been afforded that much of, right? Like, Faze are constantly contesting map control here on their CT side.
Yeah, and I mean, even though they're down in this man advantage, they just walk into water, absolutely not a care in the world. Twist spotting one out in connector, taking presence, going to be distracted on him. But little do they know, they still got Olaf Meister to try and deal with here. And he's still pushing all the way up the mountain to try and take care of Lekro. Looking the wrong way, though. Gives another 3v5 to the way of Dig. We saw them in this a couple of times before, but just weren't able to close them out. Thankfully for them, they hit B right now. The only man to defend is the 5 HP player of Twist. And it looks like that's exactly what the plan is going to be. Hold on a second, because the longer they take, the longer they give FaZe Clan to come in on this connector flank.
Oh man, I mean, yes, Dignitas have a lot going for them right now, but it's not like the round is theirs just yet. Okay, that's a really big kill for us. Now it's all on to Twist. What can he get done? It's a massive flash. Oh, he gets 2. Now it's all on to Brokey. He's got the Desert Eagle and he's been located here as well. Surely that stops any chance of making something happen. Misses all the Deagle shots and he'll get taken down. Heat finishes off with a double 9-3. Dignitas do win that all-important gun round, and Anthran, you're talking about the effect that eco kills can have in the long term, and we see that coming back to haunt FaZe right here, right now. They're going to go for the 4-spy, man. This could be a 9-6 halftime scoreline if FaZe loses round right here.
This is so just big for FaZe, right? Because with how the half looked originally, you look at the score, it's like 9-2. FaZe aren't getting touched. That's not the half said and done. It's so easy to make these tiny comebacks, I'd say, in Counter-Strike, where you pick up 2, maybe 3 rounds in rapid succession. And until you have those rounds in your favor, it's not said and done. We're seeing the effects of that now. 1 more converted by Dignitas would pretty much lock them into a 5-9 scoreline, potentially looking at 6 to go into the second. Honestly, how it turned out on the T side for FaZe last game, I don't know if that would be the best case scenario.
It's certainly going to be interesting to see what ends up happening. I'm watching this the situation here towards long, anxiously. Rain surely going to get flashed off the angle. Yeah, the run doesn't work out. That's going to cost Wolzerk his life. Oh no! Rain even finds Forest on the transfer. And it's a disaster, a calamity. As that could have actually just been a free frag for Dignitas with 1 simple flashbang, or maybe if the run boost had worked out. So that gives Dignitas a bit of a headache, actually. Now they have to try and navigate the situation a man down.
And with how FaZe's buy is looking right now, that is such a bad thing to do, man. Even just letting him go 1 for 1 there would have heavily favored the Dignitas squad, because that was one of the 2 M4s. Now, they've got to walk into these bomb sites down a man, and Lekro makes it look easy. Olaf Meister's aggressive position means absolutely nothing to this man. We still got to deal with Twist, who spotted him out on the FAMAS. The duel, can he win the fight? No, he can't. Lekro is not ready to give this round up.
Oh man, actually a really solid position. Dignitas find themselves in, but Carrigan, he finds the timing onto Lekro. Brokey going to drop the molly there to try and deny the plant, but the cover of the smoke will mean that that's not going to be happening. And now we have a 2 versus 2 retake. It's a flash line that comes Brokey for Carrigan to peek off of, and whoa, he's just caught. He completely turned, man. No chance there. Now it falls onto Freiburg, and Carrigan will know that he's going to be fixated on his position, but it doesn't even matter. Carrigan just swings up. He gets the kill anyway, and that's a really big round for FaZe Clan to pick up, just to maintain their dominant position here in the decider of the series.
Locking in that 10th round. Pretty damn good. They still want to try to get more, but the money, I don't know if it's going to allow it. Because with all things considered, I feel like their buy in this round might be worse than it was coming into last. Because, they've got the AMP, they've got the AK, they've got the M4s, but the util going, it should be lackluster. You know what? Ignore me. Why am I talking? Like, I don't know where this M4 came from, but maybe they just like typed Impulse 101 in console and were like, okay, getting this full buy now.
It's gonna work out in the end. They've got everything that they need pieced together. Just Rain, who has no util at all. But he has just been lights out on the CT side so far. That's why he's one of the most... Oh, the leg shots! Oh, man. Dude, Holzok got that quad kill in the one round, but he hasn't... That's the only round that he's had an impact in. I just noticed he hasn't got more than 4 frags. So, yeah, that's hasn't been helping Dignitas out. You know, I was just talking about the impact Rain was having. Holzok not having the impact he would have liked. And just to finish off that point, like Rain has been so cool to watch on the CT side. Just like almost always by himself. He's 16-6 right now. How many times have we seen him get multi-kills when he doesn't have any support around him?
Oh, like, I think at least 3 times. Like,
Too
this
many.
guy is just an absolute army. Like, that's the problem. That's the problem when you're dealing with Faze. When they're on point, not only are they a great coordinating team, but they have so much star power. Olaf Meister, Twist, Brokey, Rain. Kerrigan can even frag when he needs to. Like, that's why dealing with Faze is just so difficult, man. And Rain is getting set up for another multi-kill here. Nobody's cleared long bathrooms. He could come for the flank of a century. Look at how much info Kerrigan's been given. The problem is, oh, never mind, there is no problem. Rain, even though Kerrigan's about to fall, maybe not.
Oh,
Nope,
my
just dancing
God.
around dice. Finds 2. That's fun. Now you got Rain's flank getting ready to activate. Halzerk picks up the trade, but it's too far too late. As Rain has been able to activate, as I said earlier, looking for another Olaf Meister, gonna steal it away. It's 1v3 for Electro, and yet Dignitas just waved the white flag on this one. Faze Clan, they've locked themselves into an 11-4 lead at the very, very worst. Electro wants to pick up this 1v3, but I don't think he has time to.
I mean, he's got the smoke here. This could be a bomb plant for sure at the bare minimum.
Wait,
Twist
what?
is just desperately trying to spray through the smoke. He doesn't connect on any of the shots. Necro's full health. That guy's gonna swing out. He actually takes Rain down, but oh man, good decision making there from Twist to join Rain on that same angle. They don't take, you know, they don't take opposite pathways in towards the side there. Like, Twist doesn't walk the other way around the dice. He joins up with Rain, which means the trade is always available. So that's important. And it's a kill found and a round secured for Faze in the end. I want to touch on, like, the crazy heroics that comes through there from Kerrigan. The fact that he finds 2 kills and stays alive for as long as he does is what buys all the time for Rain to come through with that flank and pretty much seals the deal for Faze. And you can see the deal's pretty much sealed here in the series as well, according to our partners, Pinnacle. 1.03 there for Faze. I didn't even see the number for Dignitas, but I know it was in double digits. So they're going to have to seriously fight back here if they're going to stand any chance.
I don't even think Brokey's done this the entire game. Gone for this very aggressive fountain pick. Usually he's just been liquid around the map, whether it be peeking long, peeking from A, peeking from B, going into short. This man has not been static to one area of the map, and it has really just kept Dignitas on their toes this whole time. But even when he's taking the fights, even when he's walking into their damn crosshairs, they can't deal with him. 5 versus 3 as Rain's also been able to pick up Heap.
Wow. I mean, oh my god, it just continues to go from bad to worse here. Oh man, the kill coming through for Twist pretty much should ensure the round going the way of Faze here, if Kerrigan's doesn't. I mean, that's 17 kills for Kerrigan, by the way, only behind Rain on the server by a frag. So the IGL having some serious impact, and he's also just such a fun player to watch on the CT side, because he's like a live wire. That's like such a good way to describe Kerrigan, actually, now that I think about it. He's sporadic, aggressive, he's loves making plays, and Brokey's going to finish it off. Option onto Freiburg, 12-3, Faze Clan. Well, they're just in another league right now, aren't they?
I mean, this is more of what, like, this was the Faze we were expecting to see coming into this series. This is the Faze that's the number 4 in the world, that just knows how to outplay, outmaneuver, just dominate on every part of any map, man. And if we saw this on Nuke, this series would have been under wraps. And you can honestly see, like, the frustration starting to set in. You can see a little bit of red on the faces of the boys over at Dignitas. It's really not looking too good, man. The smiles have faded to grim faces. As 12-3 is not an outlook you want to be seeing on Mount 3.
Yeah, it's going to be a very tough position for them to try and come back from, but they have to make it happen if they're going to stand any chance in getting themselves in towards that semi-final tomorrow. 12-3 here for Faze Clan. A commanding, dominant first half sets them up really nicely here in the second. And surely they go on to close the map out from here. But let's see if Dignitas can make something happen in the pistol to try and kick off their campaign. Here's Holzok, who's gotten super aggressive all the way in the back lines right now, so he's getting a huge amount of info. And Faze, well, they're going to be execing into the key bomb site, not really directly contested by Dignitas, more just trying to defend it from the backlines, and it's actually going to be Heap who finds that first kill.
4v5 as Dignitas have been able to open up the frag, or the round as you said, but a mid-site smoke is going to deny them any sort of entryway back into it. The bomb goes down, so looking at a 4v5 post plant, but when are they going to be ready for Halzer's flank? It's come all the way in through T-spawn. It's an angle they're ready for. It looks like the answer was no. Almost finding the kill onto Olaf Meister, Balta 1 HP, but that kill is so huge, man. This round should be swept under the wayside in the favor of Dignitas. They all come sprinting up ahead of the rain. Going to make it look a little more doable, finding the headshot onto Halzer. Still, this one's going to be a little out of the picture as Forrest just one taps both of them into oblivion. Sit down,
Big
back
daddy.
into the dirt they go as Dig. Start first on the CT side.
Man, that's going to be giving them an injection of confidence. As you noted, they were looking a little bit dire in the player cams, but maybe that's going to be giving them a bit of a boost here, uplifting the spirits a little bit, perhaps, as they find a 4th round, and still so much work to be done. But it is certainly a good way for them to begin proceedings here on the CT side. Looks like it is going to be an eco from Faze, interestingly enough. Even though they got the bomb plants, they're going to opt against going the force buy.
I don't blame them. I mean, this is a really smart call from Faze Clan. They have so many rounds in their favor. There's no reason to let Dignitas get a little bit of false confidence back into it. Let them have the 5th. Maybe even just add on some damage, take down some weapons. Because you see, they've got 3 and 4s. The investment from them is really big. So any kills coming in here from Faze would be so deadly towards their economy. Eagle shots are going to be taken towards Heap, though. No kill found. Damage dealt. Still, not enough to finalize that frag as they still come up from Fountain. It looked like for a second there was going to be a man there to trade, but they're not able to get away. Good job from Dignitas, able to go up, get the opening, get map control, and shut down Faze Clan on their push.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, shouldn't be too troublesome for Dignitas to get across the line here in this next round. Or in this round right here, should I say, rather. I mean, you just look at the HP situation across the board. You look at the positional control that Faze have. There's literally nothing going for them right now. Forrest eventually will finish off that frag. And, yeah, what, just 22 health left remaining between these two players here on Faze. So, a mere formality, one might say.
Yeah, I mean, look, coming into this round, I feel like Faze Clan needed kills. Even though they don't force up here, that's not what it's about. It's about making sure Dignitas can't build up their economy, which, I mean, they are now. They're going to be getting 3.3k just to add a little bit of a buffer. You add 1.4 on top if they lose the next. They should still be able to get a pretty decent buy. You want to take down at least 1, maybe 2 players here. You can't let them go uncontested, but they have no choice, man. Halzer on the A1S shuts them both down and locks in the 5th for Dig.
Best case scenario, I guess, ensuring that they get across the line the way that they did in that anti-eco round, keeping all 5 players alive is certainly going to be leaving them in a nice position heading into this first gun round. AKs across the board, and this is where the real test begins for Dignitas, man. Let's see how they're going to go up against it. AKs across the board. What do Faze Clan bring to the table here in this first gun round as well? Got pretty much all the options available with the util that they have at their disposal. We're going to be seeing a pretty stock standard default. Look at the aggression here from Dignitas. This is anything but default.
Dignitas are really favored in this early round, or rather in the early parts of the CT side, getting this info in Fountain, and I really like this. Look, setup is going to be so strong. Usually, though, we'll have to go aggressive for the kill, and oh my lord, down at 12 HP goes Kerrigan, but he can't find the kill. Halzer, man, a little bit of a whiff will mount Faze Clan with a huge opener and a lot of room to try and work because it feels like Forrest is pinned into party, has to peek, follows the Reigns AK. Now it's a 3v5, and Dignitas' defense is falling flat.
Yeah, do you notice that after they got the kill on Halzerk, they knew they had to be a player towards Party as well, so they throw the molly towards the back of Party, and that's what boxes Forrest in there. He doesn't have any option, he can't fall back, he knows that they're going to just flash him into oblivion, so he tries to make a play, loses his life as well, and that's the 2-man advantage picked up here for FaZe Clan. Olaf Meister also lurking towards the B bomb site here right now as well, and it looks like Freiburg's going to be calling it. He's going for a gamble, so Olaf's going to get all the information in the world right now and feed that back through to his team.
The entire site is clear. Dignitas, the gamble won't pay off. And this is just going to be one of those rounds where they're stacking A, and well, since they're not hitting it, they're just going to call this a save, man. There's no reason to continuously throw your weapons in here, but looks like they're going to be hunted down. We can already see Olaf Meister and Brokey getting a little up close and personal. Freiburg about to take this 1v1, but Brokey is usually a different team, and that time around, Freiburg's going to end up on top, 4v3. With 2 players low, honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if they just turn their entire mentality around and say, why not go for this? But it looks like they're still just going to be confident keeping their weapons and allowing the FaZe Clan to have a 13th. And again, this entire series, Dignitas have been the masters of starting early or starting well on their CT side. And they kind of did it here, but they convert those 2 rounds. But FaZe Clan, they've already woken up, right? They have so much time to work with, so much room alongside it that they can just comfortably walk into the bomb sites, get kills in the early. Like, okay, for FaZe Clan, with this round advantage, you can literally just start to get onto the habit. That's really what they were doing. They've been playing these passive defaults because they want to figure out what Dignitas is doing before they exploit it. Getting around here is probably just a bonus.
I mean, that's true. That's a good point. I'm actually just getting a bit of information here, Antoine, to try and substantiate what you're saying about, starting well on the CT sides. In fact, both of these teams have started well on their CT sides, haven't they? I think every single pistol round so far in the series, all 6 have actually been won by the CT side. If I'm not mistaken, I'm actually like 90% sure that's the case. And yeah, so that's sort of, as I say, it substantiates the point that you were making, that both of these teams have been getting off some good starts on their CT side, but FaZe Clan, all they get a point on the board on their T side as early as the first gun round, and that's going to be putting so much pressure onto Dignitas if there wasn't already. No money in the bank here, and if they lose this round, well, they're down 14-5, and that's probably going to be tickets here on Mirage in the series and in the Pinnacle Fall series at that as well.
I also gave it a little bit of thought too. It has been every pistol round going the way of the CT side. That's a really good catch. So it kind of shows that this has been a defensive-sided series, or so to speak. I mean, even though FaZe Clan are up 13-5 on their offense, it's very interesting to see that both of these teams have found a majority of their success when they're able to defend off against these bomb sites. And I think that comes down to how both of these teams like to play CT side. They both like this very coordinated, aggressive style of CT play. And arguably, it's probably the best in the meta right now, getting all that information, potentially getting kills, especially when you've got people hitting their shots. It's just honestly something that can't be overlooked. But what also can't be overlooked is the beautiful util usage for Dig, because they have kept monsters smoked off this entire time.
Yeah, they have, and it actually looks like Dignitas. So I thought we might see the Freiburg getting aggressive. I was looking to see if there might be a flash coming over the top for him to make that push to the smoke. We do see teams making that play on the CT side, and there we go. He does peek out, doesn't see anybody. Another flashbang comes through. He's actually going to end up losing his life. He wants to trade, but he also gets taken down. That distance in motion. You have to face to hit this A bomb site, or this B bomb site rather, should I say? And they find all the kills as well. It's only Holzberg left remaining. The spray. Yes, he gets the kill, but look at the frustration, and look at the frustration there for Holzberg, evident in the way that he carries on firing the spray. Took him so long to find that kill. He takes so much damage in the process that he's just going to be calling it up. He's already done in the round, taking the M4 into the next 14-5. Surely this is an unassailable lead for FaZe Clan.
Yeah, I mean, FaZe, you could just see it's a mentality game at this point. Dignitas, their mentality is completely shot. It's just frustration. That spray kind of cements it. They're all tilted. Shots are missing. They're not able to, connect these needed aim duels. And even when they have, their weapons of choice. I feel like Holzer probably has the biggest reason to be frustrated in this game, because he has just hit so many leg shots. It's that's frustrating, man. When you're the Opper and you're getting all this damage, but you can't find the kills, you can't cement them in. These big rounds, these big frags that could honestly get your team back into this game, they're not connecting. It's super frustrating, and you could really start to see it in FaZe. Not only winning the aim game, not only winning the positioning game, but winning the mental game. It looks like this series has already done and dusted.
I mean, based off what we saw there from the frustration from Holzberg, yeah, I tend to agree with you, man. It's going to be a force back into the game here for Dignitas, spending all the money that they've got, but it's yeah, unfortunately, they haven't been able to sort of muster together a full complement of weapons. 2 Desert Eagles in play along with the 3 rifles. Carrigan, well, he's just making Twists feel at home with that grenade.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to add more to it, but there's really not too much to add, right? Even when they're completely blind with a nade pulled, they're still not able to convert the shots. Freiburg goes back in for the repeat and will be able to find the kill, but Kerrigan, man, walking out monster, he can find an opener. No, Freiburg shuts it down. There's going to be another repeat coming in from Heap as well, so just info on info on info, and then kills added on top. Maybe not done just yet, though. Sprain's been able to bring one back to the 4v3.
Yeah, that's also creating an opportunity now towards the 3 bomb site. The flash is on point. Heap's actually going to lose his life to the P250 on Brokey. Does find that opening, and in fact, it's a bit of a problem because 2 of the 3 players for Dignitas are the players who had the pistols coming into this round. Rain looking to continue to do some damage here in the round. He's taking some heat off of the bomb site. That's a hard twist to get in on the action, and Dignitas, they just fall into the wayside here. It's only Forest left remaining. They know exactly where he's coming from. He doesn't have a kit, and he doesn't have HP to work with either. 15-5. Faze Clan march on here on Overpass as they are just dominating proceedings here in the decider of this quarterfinal.
There's really nothing left to say for Dig. That was really their last chance to get back into this game. They forced up. They got everything they could possibly put into the buy, and they still come out at the bottom. They even started the round well. They take that early round water regression. They find the kill. Then they do it the same at Monster. They shut down any information Faze is going to get. Then the 5v3 is lost with 2 players left standing for Faze. That just can't happen for Dig. As well as they've been looking on their CT sides, man, this has just been unfortunate in this. Insult to injury. He's done. He's on the boost. Wait, no, one of these missed? Oh, man.
That was twists. That had to have been twists. Oh, he wasn't even on that side of the map.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, they're going to commit to the boost again. Obviously, it's just a bit of banter, man. You know, whenever you see a miss made, you have to try and throw it to the North American. But, yeah, Dignitas, 5 Desert Eagles, 10 rounds required just to take this to overtime. Just feels like an absolute mountain to climb.